Spiritual awakening. I'm sure that everybody experienced this in a different way. I'm going to speak about mine. I believe that spiritual awakening is not something that happens one day, at least for me. That the realization happens one day. Yes, the realization happens one day. But what did it take to get to that realization? There is something that I call the soul pain, because it is something that you experience since you were very little, since you were a child. Something sort of like if it's something from within you tells you that life has to be something else than this and that. Like sort of like an extra sense there of questioning everything. Like I remember asking my mother, who is God? And her answer was to not ask that because it's not good. Because God would punish us. Right? So from a very early age, I was experiencing something that I call the soul pain. Where it's like you feel like the whole entire surround you. It's like if you don't connect with it, like if it's something it is off, like something doesn't feel right, like if something is going on, something that you need to figure it out, but it's something that is happening from within you. Because for example, me as a child, the questions that I would ask, they weren't there. Nobody had an answer. And when I asked, I was told not to ask those questions because they were considered as not good. So the soul pain, it is something that hurts so deep. And it is not a pain that you take a pill and disappear. You take a drink and disappear. Do an exercise, disappear. It's just nothing that you do makes it go away. And it doesn't matter if you are with other people, if you are solo back then, before the realization. It's like it just hurts. It's like something from within you just hurts. It's like something that is coming from your chest, but it's not your chest. It feels way deeper than that. Something that is like unreachable. It's like you can feel it. It is there. It is very much uncomfortable. And it hurts. But it hurts in a different way. It doesn't hurt like a physical pain or illness. It is different. It is very much uncomfortable. And then it doesn't matter if you are with other people or if you are solo in that state. It just hurts. The only thing that it makes you feel good is sleep. At least I'm speaking for myself. The only time that you wouldn't feel the soul pain, I wouldn't feel the soul pain, it was when I was sleeping. Because the moment that you wake up, it's just kind of like, oh my god, this again. So it's very interesting. I feel like from an early age, I think that progresses. Certain feelings progresses, certain questions progress. Certain questions that poke you so deep in your soul that they cannot go on. It's like you sort of, some way, somehow need to have to find the answer. And some of those questions that I was asking, even when from a very age, that everybody around me told me to do not ask that because it's not good. The questions were who I am, what am I doing here, what is this, why this for me doesn't make sense. why for me this feel like it's something is going on? Am I the only one feeling this thing? Is this even normal? Those are questions that I used to have after the realization that that's when I believe it is the breaking point, the detachment, your body, the detachment of your soul with your body. Sort of like it's very interesting because it's really, you don't know who you are. You really don't know what's going on when you're experiencing that. I don't know, I still don't know how many people have experienced this. I'm pretty sure everybody's different. But it's like, it's that discomfort that is so like, what is this sort of thing? Nobody that I know has experienced this. Like, none of this. Nobody is into the things that I am either. So, some way, somehow, it makes you feel like an alien, even without you even wanting, because it's like you are the only one that have these questions. You are the only one interested in figuring it out and finding out. So, the moment that you start asking, it's sort of kind of like if you are a weirdo sort of thing, like if something is wrong with you because you are going against every norm and every sort of repetition that it was going on. So I used to ask myself a lot, this is how people live life? Like I would be in a group and just see everybody laughing. And I'm not saying this as if I was miserable 24/7, but most of the time I was very much miserable. So I would be, let's say, in a group of people and everybody was laughing, and I used to think and ask myself, like I would be there and I still feel like that uncomfortable, that unpleasant, that pain, like it was just there, and I didn't even know what it was. It was just there, and it's not something that you can go to a doctor to get a pill because it's like, well, you know what I mean? What are you gonna tell it? I don't have any pain physically, but I have something else that it hurts. You know what I mean? So I would be like in a group of people and see everybody laughing, and sort of like ask myself, am I really the only person that feels this way? Am I really the only person that think that everything is cool? Everything is just cool. And the reason what I'm saying is this because certain things for me really didn't make sense, even since I was a child. It's like, for example, you would be in a group of people and someone left the group, and then they would start talking about this person badly. And then this person would come back, and everybody was talking like if nobody say anything bad. And then everybody would pretend like everything is normal, like if that was normal. And certain other things, certain conversation, complainings, and things like that. And the reason what I'm saying this is because after you get the realization, the awakening, when Jesus comes to you, when your consciousness awakens, that you're different. You start seeing things different. Like it is true, you have to think about life in terms of frequencies and energies. And it's sort of like if I was in that time, not a timeline, like I was born in a social frequency. But again, I don't want this to sound like if I'm blaming anything or anybody. I'm not. But it's very interesting, the realization, and not just that, Knowing our capability, the things that we can do, not as human, but as using our energy to use our energy for our highest good. And we not can just only use it for our highest good. We can use our energy for many goods. And I was just thinking about the whole thing with the knowledge that I have now, with the experience that I live, what happened in my life, and sort of things like that. Sort of like you do a sort of a reflection, a recap, sort of something like that. And the information and the questions that you ask. When you ask questions to the source, certain things are gonna be revealed to you, certain things from your past, certain things from early age, even certain things from that I can even talk about, I can even explain, that I don't even have words. So after having a different perspective, a different way of see life, what I know now, I heard someone saying the other day that the truth might kill a lot of people. And I 100% believe that. The truth will actually kill a lot of people. And I'm glad that things happen the way they happen. That I am here with what is happening. And I'm saying this in a very deep and profound way because nothing is a coincidence. This is not a coincidence. And I like the fact that every information that I got, every download that I got from my higher self, it was precise for me not lose my mind, to keep my sanity. Because I'm gonna be honest, there are some energies that wants to come through us that we must allow it. And if we don't, I believe that we sort of get stuck in a lifetime that we shouldn't even be. Because I'm now wanting to release memories from our past, traumas from our past, sort of like unhealed wounds. But I didn't want to make this video this long, but life is very interesting. And the day that the soul pain disappeared was after the realization, after the awakening, after that day. I don't feel like awakening just happens. Maybe for some people, but I feel it's like a progressive thing. That when it's due sort of thing. I don't know how to explain it, but everything changes. Everything changes. I start staying my surrounding, my environment as it is. You cannot change people. You cannot tell them what to do. It's all from within. And now knowing about the things that we can do. So much things that we get to discover and know. But everything happened. Everything changed. The day that my consciousness awakened. The day that I had a different perspective through the way Jesus came to me and then opened my consciousness, and then I became someone else, something else, other than the old version of me, because that day it was no longer there. It was truly felt it that way. It's a feeling that changed your life forever, for the good, in my case. Of course, they never thought, they never thought I was gonna make it this far. They never thought. Yeah, the soul pain.